Welcome to Bay Area Sports Report. My name is Rady, and today we will be going over day 9 of 49ers training camp. Today was a very good day for both sides. There are some players who didn't exactly do the best, so let's get right into it. So let's start off with the injury updates for the 49ers. So here are some of the players who are out. The good news is, though, that some of them are still there as Mike Evans, Christian Kirk. They were all working on the side. I haven't seen anything on Kalen Black or Jordan James yet. If they're working on the side, it looks like they're still working through their injuries right now. As for Nick Bosa, this is the third day that he's missed practice, but the good news is, though, it says here that on Nick Bosa's injury so far, he's saying he was doing great, and then he got sore just going through some of the individuals, Shanahan said. You wish that didn't happen, but no. There's no concern to where something's happened. This is a big setback or anything, but we'll wait until that soreness goes away and evaluating why the soreness has happened, but I still feel pretty good about that. So it looks like Shanahan isn't concerned that much on what's going on. Along with that, adding injuries, Luke Gifford hamstring, which another injury, of course, and Brett Tove has a concussion, which was undisclosed last time, but now it is an official injury right now. So this is a bit of an issue, but which is why they are going through. They haven't signed anyone yet from those workouts. They actually worked out some three centers, two centers and one guard, so they actually were working out some of those. So we'll see if they sign them or not. We'll have to see if they sign one of them. So just see on that. But overall, for Nick Bosa, I feel like his injury right now, it's not a bit of a concern in my view. It is a bit worrisome. I think it's a thing we need to monitor on, but I think he is gonna be fine. I think he's just gonna just take it easy. But it is a thing to monitor because, especially with three ACL injuries uh, in his entire career, you do have to worry about that. But I think they're just being safe with him, and if that is true, then I'll trust that. But I don't know. I've heard that before, and let's just say one of those players that I knew got injured was out for the season with the same thing. So I don't know. I'll have to trust on it for now, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Here's Dre Greenlaw getting in some work. Dre Greenlaw was actually doing a great job. He was flying. He was back on practice with Fred Warner. They were flying, getting pass breakups. Looks like this linebacker duo is back. I'm very excited on what Greenlaw is going to do. He's going to be so good for this team. I'm just so excited that he's back with Fred and the Nick Martin also. I've loved highlighting him so much. He is just such a talented player. He had a lot of injuries back then, and that was a bit sad and unfortunate for Nick Martin. But I could really see him being a great star with Fred and Dre. So it's just gonna be exciting. I'm so excited for this linebacker trio. And here's Mike Evans working on the rehab. You can see that he is working through his calf strain right now. It looks like he's moving a little bit good right now. A little bit slowly, a little bit slowly. You can see that he's kind of slowly having that, but right now he looks like he's doing good so far. He's running around. You can see Christian Kirk also doing some rehabbing. Also, I did not see Kalen Black or Jordan James out there, so I didn't see that. Good news is though, Dejon Stribling is back doing team drills. He did do one-on-ones, which is kind of a weird thing, but I think they just wanted him to just get settled down. So overall, he is back on there. I'm glad that he is. This definitely needs a lot of receiving help, especially. So I'm glad that he's back out there, and I think he's doing so good so far. Mike Evans thinks he's doing good. Brock Purdy likes on how he's doing so far. So I'm excited for Dejon Stribling. So I think he's just gonna have a great season. Kyle Shanahan said that he will be coach in the preseason opener against the Titans next week. And he's back, and he actually was at the press conference for today for the 49ers. It's good to see him, especially with his mustache, which is actually very interesting. Along with that, which is interesting on why he's coaching the first season. I don't see why he's doing that, but if he's fine and he wants to coach, then I guess it's fine for him. And then, as the 49ers says, the 49ers changed their practice schedule this year. Kyle Shanahan indicated the team worked with its science and medical teams to move from 3 days on to day off to 2 days on, 1 day off, one full go practice. The goal: optimize recovery while still getting quality work in. Yeah, that's definitely working. That is definitely working right now. Yeah, that isn't working at all. You can see the full press conference from Shanahan from the 49ers YouTube channel. As as for Shanahan on the constant injuries, it says it feels pretty normal, give or take 3. So he says that it feels normal, but in my view, I don't know. It just doesn't feel normal in my view. But it's good to see Shanahan back on there. It says as for Kyle Shanahan on the car crash, Kyle Shanahan says he's mad at himself for causing the accident that could avoid it, and his Tesla was on autopilot when he crashed. Kyle's not sure what happened, whether he accidentally turned it off or it malfunctioned. So, yeah, I really don't like that overall. I mean, overall, at least he's okay right now, so I'm glad that he is. So, it's good that he's okay, and it's great that he's moving around the field, and sometimes we make mistakes. But he is changing the story a little bit, which is kind of an interesting thing. But, hey, I trust in Shanahan. I think he's right now okay right now, and I think he'll be good. I think he just needs to get into it slowly. As for players who did good today, here's some. Upton Stout, I want to highlight, as it shows right here. Upton Stout will be a huge part of this defense. Pick 6 on Brock Purdy to DeMarcus Robinson try today. Raheem Morris said Stout is SF star. That was Jalen Ramsey's versatility in LA's defense, which is so huge to get that from Raheem Morris, because Jalen Ramsey is one of a great cornerbacks. I didn't like them in LA, but I have to give respect to Jalen Ramsey. He's just a great cornerback, and I love what he's done. So it's great to see that for him. I'm so excited for Upton Stout. He's just such a good player, and he's just been the best so far. So also Jack Jones, he's doing good too. He's getting pass breakups. He's getting some stops. He's getting some tackles so far. He's having a great training camp overall. But this really is how he is, though, especially. So I want to see him convert that to the season, not in just training camp. Diablo Lenore also did good, get some good pass breakups, and also picked off, which Brock Purdy kind of needs to learn his lessons on that, especially on Diablo Lenore, which I would, because as it shows here, Diablo Lenore interception of Purdy came on the first team and second red zone try. 4th down as time expired, so Purdy had to force a throw since no one was open and the game was on the line. Lenore undercut Robinson. But to be truthful, he had really no choice, so he just had to just throw it. So that's at least a good thing. So I don't mind that. But which I don't really think it's Purdy's mistake as I'm marking him. Sure, he did throw 2 picks, but on the bright side, at least he is at least doing a good training camp overall. So I really don't think he's only threw 3 picks. I don't think 3 picks is that big of a deal. So I think he's fine overall. So I think Purdy it's a bit of a worrisome thing. I don't think criticizing him is gonna help, because that's not exactly gonna make him feel good. But I don't know. I think he did good overall. As for the left guard position, as it shows here, one-on-ones didn't go well for Connor Colby, who lost multiple reps. Rookie James Thompson got him twice. Yikes, as I say. Robert Jones continued as top left guard. Preftov watched from the sidelines, which is a good sign that he's watching from the sidelines, which is good, which is kind of worrisome, because I just saw that he got concussion last time, and I'm like, oh no, we have to find a center. But the good news is he's actually from the sidelines, unlike Harvard Willis and Dick Sakel, who are not there. So at least that's a good thing. As for Romello Height, had a multi-rep battle with Colt McKissick, slipped, lost round one, then jumped offsides twice, then ripped out a wicked inside spin move, speedy potential of his play. Height says he picks Trent Williams' brain after practice. Smart move. So it's nice to see him doing good. I mean, he lost the first two, but then he did well the last one, and he's taking off from Trent Williams and how he can handle good tackles, and I like that from Jamal Height. I think learning from one of the best left tackles and one of the best tackles in the NFL will help him to figure out what he can do with his moves, how he could avoid, and how he can get sacks and pressure, and how he could get tackles, and I love that. I love that he's taking advice from getting some advice from Trent Williams, and I love that he's taking that he's gonna get that advice from him, and it's kind of cool to see that. As for Stribley was back in team drills. Purdy first pass, crisp outbreaker to the rookie who continues to look polished and explosive. Stribley did a catch versus Stout on another out later on. And all of these out routes, they're reminding me of Jawan Jennings, which is why I've really said in my grading of 49 prospects, which I said that he would be Jawan Jennings and Debo, because the reason why I said that was that he's just a tough guy. He's physical. He's gonna get the work done. He's so tough. He's so physical. Just looks like Jawan Jennings, and it's just awesome to see him be out, just doing what Jawan Jennings does. So it's exciting to see that. And then, as for big offensive play, came when Warriors spread defense out with Stribbling and Co. to set up a Purdy to McCaffrey on a 25-yard post. The long jam of young defensive tackles Sebastian Valdez, Bryson Easton, and James Thompson will be interesting to start out. All are flashy. Alfred Collins had a big pass back down today. One of his specialties. Which, yeah, it is true. I see a lot of that. Definitely it is college. Which I love that because, especially on batting down passes, I love that he does that a lot. So it's good to see that. As for Jordan Watkins, has had some struggles over the middle, and today he dropped an intermediate crosser in traffic from Adrian Martinez. I think he does have an issue on that. I think for Watkins, I think right now, I'm not saying he's like, I think he just does well for like in routes or out routes or speed posts. I think he's more designed to just do that for now. But that right now, he's just a developmental project. Like, this is his second year, and he didn't exactly have he was injured a lot, and he didn't exactly get a lot of coaching. So I think he just needs a lot of time, and then maybe he'll be a bit better. So I think he'll be all right. I think he just needs a little bit more coaching. As for the young defensive tackles right now, I think they're doing good so far. As for choosing down to two defensive tackles, if I did, I would have to choose between maybe Sebastian Valdez and maybe Sebastian Valdez still. I love Sebastian Valdez. I think he has potential to be a good rotation player. As for Easton James Thompson, that's kind of a hard one. It'll just have to depend on who does good, and we'll just have to see on that. So we'll just have to see for him. As for Curtis Rourke, it shows here, nice adjustment from Junior Bergen on a similar route, but with Curtis Rourke at QB. Throw was a touch a little late behind Bergen, but the gritty young wide receiver made it work. His good camp continues, which is a good thing. I like that Junior Bergen still continuing to work, so I like that. As for Curtis Rourke, he's doing a lot of good throws, he's doing a lot of good passes, and I can't wait to see him in preseason because I feel like he didn't get that chance, and I can't wait to see what he does in preseason, see how he plays in the game, because remember that they show that if Curtis Rourke did good for the 49ers, then they would trade Mac Jones. And right now, he's doing so good in training camp right now. The question is now, the big test is how he is going to do in the preseason games, the 3 preseason games. And if he does good, then they might trade Mac Jones away to a QB needed team. I specifically go for the Jets because they definitely need a QB. So they definitely need a QB right now. As for Nate Hobbs, I want to highlight on what he's done. Nate Hobbs is doing so good so far. This is one of his best practices so far. Who notched 3 pass breakups, including one versus Bergen. Hobbs has been mostly effective inside during his career, but he also knocked down 2 boundary passes away today. That's I don't mind Nate Hobbs being a boundary guy, but he is a bit short, and I feel like he would be better as the slot guy, and I think it just works that way for him. And we have a lot of good outside guys. Jacob Robinson's one who's very good, who I love, a young player coming out of BYU. Feast Price is still there. Jack Jones is one. So I think we have enough of that. Here's another one. Mac Jones actually had a good touchdown pass. It's a soaring touchdown catch in the end of the game. Red zone work from 6'2" rookie wide receiver Wesley Grimes on a throw for Mac Jones. Which is a good thing for Wesley Grimes that he's getting a touchdown, and a good thing for Mac Jones because he's been having an awful training camp so far. As for Luke Farrell, he's actually become a good target, as it shows here. Purdy found Luke Farrell for a late last-second touchdown during his first turn off this hurry-up work. Farrell pass game usage has gone way up this camp. Looks like a trusted target for 13 now, which is a good thing. The question, as long as he doesn't fumble, because I saw him fumble once and I was so mad at that. So as long as he doesn't do that, then I am fine with that. So as for Grayson Halton, big run stop for Grayson Halton, who's one of the most vocal players on the field. When Halton makes a play, you typically hear it from the sidelines, which is a good thing. So I can't wait to see that. So that's pretty awesome. I also want to comment on Patrick Taylor Jr., he also fumbled the ball earlier. I don't think he's going to make it to the roster. He's probably going to get caught automatically, so I just want to comment on that. As for Nick Bosa right now, he is out for for the third day, but I'm sure he'll come back. I think they're just taking it slowly, and I like that. So I think he's fine overall, so I think he's going to be okay. Fred Warner notched a lunging PBU, showcasing that rare 6'4" linebacker height, and also scooped up a possible early fumble for a return touchdown. Like I said, I'm so excited for this linebacker group. It's just going to be awesome to see Fred healthy, with a healthy Dre, with a healthy Nick Martin. So it's going to be awesome. The 49ers will be off Sunday before returning for their fourth 2-practice block on Monday, the second of which will be a joint session with Robert Saleh and the Titans. So the work is ramping up at just the right time. And I want to talk about this, and then there's this one last post. As best and longest practice of the 49ers training camp so far. Great competition both ways and some intense timid end of game red zone work. Dejon Stribley was back. It just looked natural. Purdy threw a 4th touchdown pass to Luke Farrell on the first try, then interception to Lenore on second go. Up to Stout, then notched a sweet pick 6 to complete with a flip over the goal line. Much more coming. And that was the much more coming soon from the recent one I showed you. As for Renardo Green, this was the last one. And this one is a bit of a question. As Renardo Green lost all his reps, he also gave up some long catches, some out routes, some in routes. He also gave up 2 penalties also. And there's a bit of a question now. Do they trade Renardo Green? And it's kind of a hard situation. Because on the one hand, he's a young player. But on the other hand, he can't get picks. But in my view, I think he may not be having the best training camp so far. But I think just giving him time is what it is right now. Because if you just trade him now, I feel like no team is just going to accept him right now. And who even needs a cornerback right now? And plus, I'm sure a lot of people are probably seeing. I'm sure a lot of people are paying attention to Renardo Green's training camp performance so far. So why even trade for that? I say if they do want to trade Renardo, then I suggest them to have him start, have him prove that why he's a good quarterback, and then trade him. So that way you can at least get some assets back. So, I mean, overall, if you guys trust Jack Jones, that's fine by me. But all I want for these backup quarterbacks, I specifically want Price Stock and maybe Jack Jones to just start because I really don't trust Nate Hobbs to be that. He's more that slot guy, and I think it's just better that way. So I'd rather just prefer hit those two. But overall, I really think trade Renardo. I feel like you might be right. It might be the right decision because if he is doing bad, then maybe it is a good time to trade him. But at the same time, though, can you trust Jack Jones and Nate Hobbs or Prysock to take over that cornerback spot opposite of DeAndre Lenore? That's what you have to ask yourselves on that. But overall, day 9 of training camp was good. There were some injuries a little bit too, but it's better than one of the other training camps where I announced that there were so many injuries. So at least it's better, at least a little bit. So they're starting to get healthy a little bit slower. So it's not a lot, but it's a start. So it's good. So that is it for today. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below on what you think of day 9 of 49ers training camp. And this is Bay Area Sports Report, signing off.